Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Listen, what we're going to be talking about right now is something that I really want you to go do your own research, form your own opinions, okay? Because the information that I'm going to give you is with information that's already out there on the internet. All right. So with this information, I'm not going to try and scare you. I'm not, doing anything like that. I'm just giving you information. Do with it what you will, form your own opinions, and that's it. Okay. So there is this group, Kandic, Kandic, and they have multiple responsibilities, including recruiting foreign fighters. On January 4th, the Islamic State called for worldwide targeting of our Jewish brothers and sisters and Christians alike, which it later claimed resulted in 610 people wounded or fatalities in 110 attacks across 12 countries. They must be so proud of themselves. So the threat from this group remains a significant concern, and the majority of its attacks have been carried out by parts of this group that are outside of Afghanistan. Okay, and the main body of this organization is active in Turkey and Syria and Iraq, but it is also absorbing other groups. In the Philippines, there's a guy by the name of Abu Sayyaf, Sayaf, and he has been the primary organization. However, in 2014, a faction of this Abu Sayyaf pledged allegiance to this organization. And in 2016, a new branch was formed called ISEA, East Asia, or ISEA Philippines. And this organization also has affiliations with groups in West Africa, including factions of the Nigeria-based group called Boko, Boko Haram, Haram. Now, a faction, the Islamic State of Khorasan, Khorasan province, has been rising in infamy and is believed to be responsible for the Moscow event that happened at the concert hall, as well as the attack in Iran. Now, this new variant K that they are going by, that they're being known as, may be ready to launch attacks in the US and in the West in as little as 6 months. Okay, so just be aware, be alert, see something, say something, that type of thing. Okay, so established in 2015, this K, as I'm going to refer to them as, because honestly, I don't want to refer to them at all, but it is what it is. Comprises mainly of fighters from Central Asia, along with members from the Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan and the Islamic movement of Uzbekistan. And its prominence escalated into a global jihadist organization after the Taliban seized control of the Afghan government in 2021. Named after the Khorasan, Khorasan territory. And Khorasan is actually a bread as well. Yeah, so they're actually named after a bread. So encompassing Afghanistan, parts of Pakistan, Central Asia, and Iran, they aim to establish a caliphate there, and it receives funding from organizations in Syria and anti-Taliban sources in Afghanistan, because this new group, this K, they don't like the Taliban. They don't like them at all. Yeah. And these organizations are both Islamic groups, but they have significant ideological differences. You see, K follows a much stricter and more violent interpretation of Islam. They see the Taliban as insufficiently extreme, and they've clashed with them for control of territory and influence. They see the Taliban as being wussies, whereas they think that they're the high and mighty. Whatever. Yeah. It's like, who has the biggest yin yang? That's what they're pretty much doing. So both groups, they seek control of Afghanistan and its resources, and Kay considers the Taliban's rule as illegitimate and aims to overthrow them. So this competition for power prompts some Afghans to support Kay in opposition of the Taliban. So additionally, some former Taliban members who either disagree with the group's leadership or they perceive them as not radical enough, they join or they support Kay. So the group also exploits local grievances against the Taliban, such as perceived corruption or heavy-handed rule, to garner support. Now, don't get me wrong, the Taliban, they are a bunch of scumbags as well. But this K is much worse than the Taliban. So if you can imagine anything being worse than the Taliban, or okay, because you can't say the word here. You know what I'm saying. They're worse, just 10 times, 100 times worse, okay? So the Taliban has been fighting against K in Afghanistan, but has been unable to eradicate the group, which is also active in Pakistan and Iraq. And K has been implicated in a number of thwarted plots in Europe, and members of the K network have also been arrested in Germany and the Netherlands. And K, they claimed responsibility for the attack on the Roman Catholic Church in Istanbul, resulting in one fatality. And the Turkey attack highlights the observations of some of the experts, indicating that K has predominantly relied on inadequately trained individuals, with many of their attacks either failing or being thwarted. However, the group is progressively gaining experience and augmenting its capabilities through the integration of other organizations. So conversely, if K is indeed accountable for what happened in Moscow and in Iran, it signifies them as one of the most lethal organizations currently active today. And both of these attacks demonstrate a significant level of planning and competence. And K's recruitment strategies have proven notable successful, and which is evident. It's evident because of the rapid growth. And the group targets disenchanted Muslims across South and Central Asia, capitalizing on various local grievances such as poverty, government corruption, ethnic tensions, and these grievances are woven into a singular narrative, attributing blame to external forces or weak local governments, while positioning K as the sole solution, and they are not the solution at all. And it's really sad that these Muslims who have so many grievances, and it's like, I guess they feel like they have nowhere else to turn. And then these guys come in and say, well, we can fix your problems, when in actuality, they're making their problems even worse. So they employ these sophisticated online propaganda, which is even worse. They're going online to social media and they're recruiting there too. And it's often tailored to specific regions. And K emphasizes divisions, particularly targeting Shia Muslims, to stoke anger and fuel because of their narrative of oppression against Muslims. And it's really, really bad. It's really bad what they're doing, and they need to friggin' stop. So this propaganda utilizes social media and messaging apps to decimate their message and glorify violence, which is wrong, wrong, wrong. Knock it the frig off. And they also distribute publications in local languages to reach those who may not be active online. And the group provides a sense of belonging and purpose to the marginalized or the isolated, and they exploit feelings of hopelessness and promise an opportunity to combat perceived injustices. And it's just wrong because that's not what they're doing. It's not what they're doing. They're only making situations worse. So, K, they detest, like I said, Christians, our Jewish brothers and sisters, Shia Muslims, Iranians, and even organizations that it deems not extreme enough, like the Taliban. Essentially, if you exist and you're not a member of this K, they hate you and they want to do away with you. Well, guess what, guys? Okay, there's a hell of a lot more in us than there are of you. Okay, so it's a lose-lose battle for you. So with and then you have the wars in Ukraine and Gaza and looming threats from Iran and China and Russia and the resurgence of this extremist bull. And then K presents yet another threat for America to deal with. Okay, but I got news for you. You come at us, we're going to level your asses out. Just saying, because you got men like my son that live and breathe this crap, and he will level your ass out. I guarantee it. All right? You don't mess with the Marines. Hoorah. Semper Fi. All right? I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fearless.